everyone, it's Jessica, and today I have my best beauty of 2013. I'm not really sure what I'm going to call this, but it's just all of my favorite products from this past year. They weren't all necessarily released this year. In fact, I don't know that any of them were, but they're just products that over the past year I have just loved, and they've kind of become like my go-to products. So I'm going to go through every single category, and I wrote this all out, and it's like a really long list. So this might be a long video, but hopefully it will be helpful and fun for you to watch, and perhaps you'll start the new year with some new ideas of some makeup you might want to buy and try out. So we'll start with face. So one of the first things I thought of was primer. Now, I don't use primer every single day, but when I do, I always grab for this one because I always like the look that it gives my face when I use it. And it is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is like a little trial size that I got in a Smashbox like try it kit, which was really inexpensive. It came with a lot of stuff, and I know that Ulta still sells it, so if I can find it, I'll link it below. But that's a great way to get a product like this, which is really expensive on its own, but in a kit it's usually pretty, it's a pretty good deal. So I love it. It's I think it's silicone based. It's got that feel to it. So you put it on your skin. I don't use it all the time because I feel like any kind of primer really clogs my pores. It just makes me a little more prone to breakouts. But when I use it, like tonight is New Year's Eve, so that's why I look all glamazon. I use this and I use it tonight, and my makeup lasts all day. I love it. Okay, so another face favorite for foundation is my Revlon Color Stay. It's been my favorite forever. It might be my favorite forever. And I always get the normal to dry skin one just because I notice it really does, my skin deals better with that. I used to get the combo oily one, and it really dried my skin out. So I really, really like this. Oh, and a lot of people ask, I wear the shade 150 Buff. And it seems to work with my skin year round. I'm wearing it today. Most of these products I'm wearing today. They are my favorites after all. I figured I'd end the year like with all my favorite products, wearing all of them. Okay, so another face product. I just realized I don't have these organized at all. Oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Okay, another face product that I love is my Rimmel Stay Matte, and this is my favorite for powder. I just love it, and again, I've used this for years, and I still always reach for it. If I see a little bit of oiliness, I just grab for this without a doubt. I have to like force myself to use other powders, but this is my favorite. I've bought a million of these, and I started getting it in the transparent shade, just because then I can wear it year round and it doesn't really matter. But they do have different shade selection as well, but I usually just get transparent. I love it. It's cheap too. Okay, my favorite bronzer. This was tough because I've got a lot of bronzer and I love a lot of different ones for different reasons. But kind of across the board, for whether I'm just contouring or whether I'm bronzing up my face, which I don't do that often, I end up grabbing for this more than anything. And it's my Benefit bronzer, the Hoola bronzer. It is expensive, so that's another thing to keep in mind. There are so many great drugstore alternatives, which I own some, but honestly, I really like this stuff better. It stays on longer. It's a really, it's a good shade for really any skin type. You guys know I'm fair skin, and it still works for me, and it works for darker skin gals too. So I love it. To me, it's worth the money, but it was sent to me from my friend Amber. So, okay. I have two blush favorites, and one is more expensive, one is more, well, it's really inexpensive. My expensive choice is from the Balm. It's the Down Boy blush. And a lot of people talk about the other blushes from the Balm, but this one's my favorite. These are a little pricier, but if you get them from Haute Look, you can get them for like 10 bucks. It's a really pretty pink color. I've got it on my cheeks now. It doesn't have any shimmer. It stays on all day. It's incredibly pigmented. I mean, if you can snag this from Haute Look for 10 bucks, get it, because you'll love it. All their blushes are good, but this is my favorite because I just like pink on my skin tone. Okay, my inexpensive favorite is this e.l.f. Studio Blush, and it's in the shade Candid Coral. And it's just this, you know, peach shade. Again, it's not shimmery. I've realized that when I wear shimmery blushes, it always ends up splotchy on me for some reason. And I still like them and I still wear them, but I end up loving just matte blushes or even just satin finish blushes. So Candid Coral's my favorite. It's $3. You can't beat that. And all the e.l.f. Studio blushes are amazing. Okay, let's see. Highlight. This one's really cheap too, so you're going to love me for that one. It's the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. It's really a highlight shade for virtually anyone. I'm as pale as you get, and it's still a highlight for me. It's called Reserve Your Cabana, and it's just this It's so perfect. It's not really too shimmery. The swatch doesn't really show it. I have it on today. It's not too shimmery, but it's just a little bit. It's just the perfect glow for every day. Whether you're going out, whether you're going to work, whether you're going to school, it doesn't really matter. It never looks like it's too much. It's so perfect. I don't know how to describe this if you've never swatched it or tried it. It's amazing, and this thing is humongous, and it's like $3 or $4. It's going to last me forever. And it has SPF in it too, so it does expire. I think I got like 8 more months, so whatever. Anyway, okay. Is that all the face things I wanted to talk about? I think it might be. Let me scan. Oh, I have 2 favorite face brushes. One of them is this Sigma F86, and as I was looking through my brushes, I was thinking, what ones do I use every single day without fail that I almost never switch up? And this is one I've used every single day since I got it. I got it, I think, at the beginning of the year. I think my boyfriend got it for me for my birthday or for our anniversary or something. But it's F86 and it's pointed, and I use it to blend in my concealer, or like if I have a liquid highlighting concealer, I use this and it's just flawless. Every single time it is flawless, and I think this is my favorite Sigma face brush ever. I know that it is, just because I've never found a brush that's this shape, that's as dense as it is, and as flawless when I blend it with any concealer that I use. I just love it. My other favorite face brush is this Real Techniques powder brush, and it's real humongous and fluffy, pretty inexpensive. You can get them at Ulta, but it's just the perfect powder brush, and I reach for it every day. I just love it. I really, really do love it. All of the Real Techniques brushes are amazing, but this is my favorite. Okay, on to eyes. Ooh. Okay, so, oh, I forgot one thing. Hold on. My favorite concealer for face, geez Louise, is the Maybelline Dream Lumi highlighting concealer. This, I had used up a whole one, and I didn't repurchase it because I was like, I need to go through my concealers, and I missed this terribly, so I finally rebought it like a month or 2 ago, and I love it, and I used it today. It's just so amazing, and it blends in so well with anything, whether it's with a brush like that F86 or with your fingers. You like touch it, and it just like melts into the skin. It is amazing. So certainly my favorite concealer. It conceals a bit. I usually wear like a concealer under it, but because I don't really know how to describe it. It would conceal a little bit. If you've got really, really dark circles, you might want a concealer under it. That's what I'm trying to say. But it highlights so well, and just like, oh, I just love it. Anyway, okay. Now on to eyes. I'm going to start with the eyebrows. My favorite brow product of the year is my Anastasia. It's just the brow powder. And I use the duo that's medium brown. So it has this like taupe shade, and then it's got this darker. And it's perfect. You can use the darker one to just kind of get like the, what am I saying? To line like the bottom of it, and then I fill the rest in with the lighter one. And then I brush through it with like a little spoolie. It's perfect. It matches so well. And here's the thing. If you're a brunette or anyone that wants, you know, like brown-ish, like a light brown eyebrow, but you don't want them to look red, this is for you. I have searched the world up and down looking for something that doesn't kind of pull red on my eyebrows because it makes me crazy. And this was my answer. I will rebuy this again and again and again. It is amazing. But frankly, it's lasted me like forever. And I still have it hit pan, and I use it every single day. I love it. Okay. So, let's see. Let's go with, we'll do like shadow primer. My favorite eyeshadow primer this year, which blew my mind, was the Fergie, the Wet n Wild by Fergie. What do they call it? The Take on the Day eyeshadow primer. It's pretty inexpensive, around $5. It comes with a ton of product, and it's the kind that just, it's liquid, and it comes out through a little spout there. I just like it. It cancels out any veining for the most part, and it's just, it holds on to the shadow all day. It's cheap. I mean, really, in the realm of eyeshadow primers, most of them are good, unless you have really, really oily eyelids. For anyone else, you know, you can really use any of them and they work, but I really do like this, and I think even if you have oily lids, I think it would still work for you. I don't know. Then again, you might want to use more of like a creamy based one, but I really like it. Okay. Speaking of creamy, this is my favorite cream shadow. It's the Benefit Cream, Creaseless Cream Shadow, whatever it's called, in RSVP. And this is actually a little trial thing that came in one of their little palettes, but it is the prettiest, like, I'm trying to swatch. It's like a kind of pinkish champagne. And it really is just, I don't know if you guys can even see that. I have it on, again, today. Like I said, most of these are on my face. But I just like it. And usually I don't like pink type colors on my eyes, but I just love this, and it looks pretty on its own, just like a wash of color, or you can use it under shadows, which is what I did today, and I just really like it. It stays on, and it's kind of like, it's lighter than most of the cream shadows that I have. Like it's almost like a thinner consistency, but I kind of like it. So love that. All right, we'll start with, I'm sorry, I feel so like, there's just so much to talk about, I feel lost. Okay, we're going to start with eyeshadow now. My favorite single eyeshadow of the year is the Wet n Wild Brulee. It's one of their little singles that they sell for $1.99, and it's just the nude, it's just like a matte nude color. I mean, that's pretty much it. The reason I love it is because I use it to blend all my shadows together all the time. Now, it almost works to kind of help mattify shimmery shadows, not all the way, but a little bit. It kind of tones it down. It also helps tone down if you've got a lot of darkness going on and you want to kind of lighten it up. It also just works to just meld the colors together so it doesn't look like stripes on your eyes, you know? It's just perfect. It really is perfect. And like I said, it's matte, so it doesn't add any shimmer or anything like that to your eyelids. And gosh, it's so cheap. Okay. So my favorite small palette, like quad or anything like that, is my Sonia Kashuk. It's a 6-pan palette, it's not a quad. But it's in the Perfectly Neutral number 10 eye palette. And I love it because none of them are crazy shimmery. It's perfect to travel with because you've got some deeper colors and you have lighter and then everything in between. If you're a neutrals girl, you'd love this and you'd use the heck out of it because none of them are too shimmery or too anything. It's just, it really is perfect. And it's got cooler colors and warmer colors, and I might have said that backwards, but I just love it. I really, really do love this, and I end up traveling with this all the time because it kind of covers everything I would need, really, for a neutral eye, so I love it. And if you, Sonia Kashuk, you can buy it at Target. Okay, I have two favorite, like, bigger palettes. One is more expensive, one is cheaper. You're welcome. And so my cheaper palette that I love is my Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. These are only like $5 or $6, however much, but it's perfect. I've had it for like a million years and I still just love it. I use all the colors for the most part, except for these deep, deep colors I don't use, but it's just the best. I almost don't even know what to say about it. My favorite color is this like olive green color here. That's it there. It's just like a pretty metallic. I use it as a crease color all the time. I just love this palette. I can't say enough. If I ever lost it, I'd rebuy it. If I ever used it up, I'd rebuy it. It's one of my favorites. I reach for it all the time. Okay, my expensive choice for palette is the Naked 2. And I think, I can't decide whether I like the original Naked palette or the Naked 2 better. I don't own the Naked 3. They're pink shades, and I just don't wear pink shades on my lids. So it's probably not one that I'm going to buy anytime soon. But the Naked 2, I think I've decided that I like more because they're all bronzy colors, you know? And at the end of the day, did I just say bronzy colors? I meant taupe colors. Bronze is like the original Naked palette. Those are all kind of bronzy. These are all taupe shades. And I end up reaching for taupes and olive greens and colors like that more than I reach for anything. And I end up liking the way it looks best on my eyes. So, and it has, I love that both the Naked 1 and the Naked 2 have Half Baked, the gold shade that I just love, because that's one I wear, oh my gosh, all the time. So I think I've decided I like the Naked 2 better than the original Naked. But it's so hard because there's so many shadows I love and all. So I guess I don't have to really decide, do I? Okay, so those are all my shadow picks. Now we're going to move on to eyeliner. Whew, there's a lot here too. Okay, so for my favorite pencil liner, it's got to go to my Jordana 12-hour Made to Last eyeliners. These are all the kind you have to sharpen. They're not retractable, but I have it in 3 different shades. I had a video review of all these where I talk about these extensively. They're like $3 at Walgreens, and they are the most, I'll do the blue one because the blue one is just absolutely gorgeous. These are the most pigmented. They don't move all day. Oh my gosh, they're amazing and they're so creamy. They are just the same as the Urban Decay 24/7 pencils or any of the other pencils that are just like glidey, you know what I mean? The NYX slide-on pencils. But these are $3 and they have so many different colors. The black one is the shortest one because I've clearly been using it. But they're amazing. You can wear them on their own if you're... It's just hard to describe these. I love them so much. If you have a Walgreens near you, go and buy just one and try it out and you will fall in love and you'll want all the colors because they're amazing. Okay, my favorite liquid liner is my Physicians Formula Eye Booster one. It comes in this little silver tube. It's got one of these, you know, really, really thin point, but it's flexible. And it's just my favorite because you can really get in there and get in the corners and just get deep into the lashes. You can get everywhere you need to get. It also claims to have like it boosts your lash growth. I don't know about that, but I do know that I love it as an eyeliner. I will say though, I should say this, I never wear liquid eyeliner alone. I usually wear it on top of another eyeliner just to kind of like set it even more and make it even blacker. So I really don't know how this works on its own because I don't wear liquid eyeliner alone. So if you know, if you use this alone and you like it or you don't like it, tell me below because I am curious about that. Okay, my favorite cream or gel eyeliner is my L'Oreal, what is it? It's called the Lacquer Liner 24 hour, and this lasts 24 hours. I slept in it a few times this year. I'm actually really good about taking my makeup off, but a few times I fell asleep with my makeup on. I woke up in the morning and my liner was perfect. I was like, oh my gosh, I could just go back out and face the day. It was so funny. This is almost gone. It's amazing. It comes with a brush. It's actually pretty good. I now use another one because I ended up ruining the other one. So I love it. It's under 10 bucks, I'm sure. And when it runs out, I'll probably rebuy it because I really do. I like it better than any other one that I've tried. It does not budge once you put it on. It's amazing. Okay, those are all the liners. So now on to mascara. I'm going to surprise you guys with my mascara pick. And the reason I say that is because I think I've only talked about this once. And there have been a few mascaras this year that I've talked about that I said, oh my gosh, I love this so much. But this one hasn't been one. I don't even know if I think I've talked about it at least once. But I can't even find it in stores. So that is a little bit problematic. You let me know where you've seen it if you've seen this in stores. This is the Rimmel Scandalized Retro Glam Mascara. I got this in an influencer Vox box, and it was a new product. And since then, I've gone out to stores and looked, and I can't find it. And I'm freaking out a little bit because it's the best mascara I've ever used in my life, and I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not even going to apologize for it. It is amazing. Okay, I'm going to gush. So first of all, the opening is humongous. I was like, why is that so big? But the brush is humongous. But the brush is shaped kind of like an hourglass shape. But there's something about the fact that I can, like, it's the package. I don't know. There's something about this. And my lashes are just see, it's not doing it any justice on the camera, are the best they've ever been. I love this mascara. I put it on. They stay curled all day. There's no flaking, nothing. I have nothing to complain about. It doesn't clump when I put it on. I know that I can put on one. You guys, if you see it, buy it. I'm telling you, you will thank me times a million. I just spit over that. It was worth it. It's so good. Okay, on to lips. Yes. Oh, wait, you know what? I'll do my favorite eye brushes. Okay, I have two. This is the Sigma E40. I've had this forever. Before, I think I got it like in a makeup swap, like before I ever started YouTube or anything. And it was my first Sigma brush, and I was like, this is amazing. And it really was. It's just a really kind of bushy, humongous eye brush, but I use it with that Wet n Wild Little Brulee to mix everything together, and it's perfect. I love this brush. I end up bringing it with me every time I leave the house. Or every time I travel, not every time I leave. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. My other one is only $1. It's the e.l.f. Defining Eye Brush, and I use this one for the crease. No, for the outer corner in the crease. So like right here, when I'm doing like a darker shade there and I want to kind of blend it out in the outer V, this is perfect because it does have that little bit of angle. And it's $1. Did I say the name? The Defining Eye Brush, the e.l.f. Essentials line. I love it. Sorry, the lighting's getting weird because it's getting really dark in here. Sorry. Okay, my favorite tool, and this isn't really a tool, it kind of is the e.l.f. Makeup Remover Pen. It has makeup remover liquid in it. If you get, anything up here from mascara, if you've got liner in the way, you just use it and then just wipe it off. I've had this for a year. It hasn't dried out or anything. It's $3. It's amazing. I need to buy a bunch and have them like in my purse and just everywhere because I love it. Okay, for lips, my favorite lip balm is the Vaseline Lip Therapy in any of the kinds. I've tried the cocoa butter and I love it. This one I just started because my friend Amy sent it to me and it's the rose one. It's like so moisturizing for your lips. And when you first put it on, it's kind of weird. But then after about 20 seconds, it's like perfect. It just like melts into your lip. I don't even know how to describe it. And it's not just Vaseline. I think some people think it's just Vaseline. It has a little bit more to it. It's definitely a little bit different of a consistency, but I love it. Okay. Okay, on to lipstick. Sonia Kashuk Satin Luxe Lip Color. And this is in the shade Rosette. I like all of them. I really just love the formula. Rosette is my favorite shade in the line that I own. It's what I'm wearing now, and I just love it. And I get a lot of compliments in person on it. I love it. I love it. Okay, and for lip gloss, my favorite, and it always has been, is my NYX lip gloss in beige. And it does smell like cherries, so if you don't like cherries, you'll hate this. But It's amazing, and it's just the perfect, it's called beige, but it's the perfect pink color. And it's just the perfect consistency. It wears off nicely. It's just perfect. And the packaging is adorable. Look at the little bow on top. And these are like $5, I think. Can you see the little bow? I don't know, it's probably not showing through. Whew, okay. I got a pile of makeup now on my bed. So those are all my favorites for this entire year. It was so fun to go through and pick. It wasn't that hard, though, I will say that. It was fun, but it was really easy to say, that was definitely my favorite. So I hope that was fun. If you're curious about some of my makeup fails, I posted a video as a collab with my friend Jordan. I'll link it below. They were kind of my products I regret buying, or crap makeup, things that I just wish I hadn't spent money on. Products I really didn't like. So I'll link that below as well. And it really is kind of my fails of 2013 if you think about it. Maybe I'll retitle it that. I don't know. Anyway, but I hope that was informative and fun to watch, and I'll catch you guys in the new year. Bye.